All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Today we have a new topic, and I hope we will have a good time together. I saw some articles in the news, or let us say made by Muslims in the internet, and those articles speak about lies which is supposedly against Islam. So today we are going to investigate if those lies are true lies. That would be funny, right? To say it's a lie, but it's a true lie. One of the problems we have with Muslims or with Islam, that this religion is based on lies. I never saw a Muslim he don't lie about his religion. You see, you can speak to a Hindu, you can speak to a Buddha. I assume right away they are. When you ask them about the religion, they tell you what they believe. When you speak to a Muslim, he is the last one to tell you what really he believes. And this is why we need to make such a program, because simply the Muslims themselves, they will not volunteer to be honest about their own religion. So we will read together the articles the Muslims they have about the biggest lies about Islam, and you be the judge. Don't take what I say for granted, and don't take what they say for granted. Just be a human being who God gave him a brain, and if you are an atheist, don't believe in God, use your brain anyway, if you have one, unless you did not sold your brain to the drugs dealer or whatever. So what is the biggest lies people they say about Islam? I did search in the internet and I found a bunch of them, and actually there's a lot of articles about lies about Islam, but today we will take the most important ones. Please invite your friends. Look like we don't have many people today, and maybe we are doing the program in the wrong time, or maybe people are losing their interest. Maybe I should make it maybe once a week. I'm not sure, because I don't see really too many people here. If this is the case, I will make it once a week, like many people who do it, and maybe I will post a video of 15 minutes. And look like people they like 15-minute videos once a week. Everything is upside down in this earth. The one who work with passionate and dignity, people don't care for his work, and if you are a person who give them a piece of bones once a week, you are a hero. Anyway, we will do what we need to do. Let us go to one of those articles about lies about Islam. This is an article written by a Muslim. He called himself Dr. Azam Ibrahim. Doctor. I like it when somebody he called himself a doctor, because supposedly that will make him more legitimate. And me myself, I have no problem with people having degrees. My highest education is a master's degree, but I believe that the most stupid things a degree can give you is you think that you know. I found that degrees never teach you anything, and I guarantee you that nothing I learned about Islam is not really from my degree in the Islamic law, because they teach you nothing about Muhammad. They teach you nothing about the faith of Islam. They teach you what they're supposed to teach you, which is supposed to will make Islam look good. So everything you learn about Islam, it have to be your own work. Degrees don't teach. The same as a church today. Churches today, sadly, they don't teach. You go to church, they do service. It became, most of them, a place of a tradition. There's no deep studies, there is no debates, there is no real teaching. If you want to find answers, you cannot find it really in a priest, because a priest there, he is just doing a business, taking a salary, and it's not his job to answer questions. His job is to make a speech and collect donation and go home to sleep, the same as Muhammad when he started his religion. But this is not really what we do. So the biggest lies about Islam in recent days, this is look like an article, it's an old article, but it's okay, it worked for us. You know, we can search for more articles, but all the Muslims articles is the same. Let me search for more, hold on. So we can show you many of those articles, because there is a lot of them. And I was really surprised that somebody is complaining about what Obama said. I don't know if he's complaining or not. We will see. Let us see. Lying about Islam, decoration of deception. Originally published under title MS Lies about Islam, Taqiyya, Dr. Ben Carson, recent, okay. Textbooks lied about Islam, Middle Eastern form. See, there's a lot of, you can find them all everywhere. Islam, the lies and deceptions. I want to find Muslims defending their religion. American Muslims expose Islamophobia and lies about Islam. I like that. This is a Deen show. We have it already. I will show it to you. Is it a principle to lie to kafir? Is it a principle to lie to a kafir? Let us see. Wow. All right. We will try to get the conclusion of this. Ibn Shabib, one of the narrator of the hadith, says, I did not near any occasion being etc. concerning anything that people call lies, except in 3 cases: war and reconciliation among the people, and a man says to his wife, or woman says to her husband. So in Islam, to make it simple and clear, Muslim is allowed to lie in case of war, in case of fixing problems, and in case a man lying to his wife or wife lying to her husband. This is the only cases they can lie. Narrated Imam, etc. I never heard messenger saying etc. except in 3 cases. So that is confirmed. Now, you know, but what people do not tell you, that Islam is in war with anyone. Don't believe in Islam. And you will see here it says, indeed that Muslim should be, especially Muslim who live in a kafir society, is that to be kin, to be honest and avoid lying to kafirs. Even more kin than he is avoid to lying to the believers, because it is necessary to be honest and to connect that the teaching of the religion is a kind of a practical of da'wah. So we should not do lie, otherwise people will know that we are liars, and then they will not convert to Islam. So we should be more honest to the disbelievers from the believers, to non-Muslims and noble, etc., etc., etc. But if a Muslim has an image of being a liar, or etc., or other bloodworthy for front of non-Muslims, that will put religion to make him the rest of his followers. So he is saying here that you should not lie, because that will be a bad image of Islam. But this was not really the question. His prophet already said you can't lie in three cases: in the case of war, in the case of reconciliation, and the case man and husband and wife. Uh, and we are in war with Muslims, and this is what Islam teach. Islam, this, they divided the land to two major land, and there is a land between. It's called the land of fitna. Land of fitna is where Muslims is in the stage of being the majority, but people are not living by the land, by the law of Islam. So this is a land of fitna. Muslims are not practicing Sharia law. Muslims are not, let us say, Islam is not supreme in the country, which is majority as Muslims. This is called land of fitna. Muslims believe that any two nations are not belong to each other, they are in war. What does that mean? The Muslim believe that we are one nation, and any other nation does not belong to us, is our enemy. And we are going to prove that. If we go in the hadith, we can prove it in 2 seconds. And you will notice, by the way, in the same website, what they say in English is different from what they say in Arabic. In English, when they make an article in English, usually it come always with different answers. Yeah. Abu Hurairah, etc., narrated, "You are the best of the people ever raised up to the benefit of mankind." Now, between here, the benefit of mankind is not in the Quran. This is chapter 3, verse number 10. But they added there between two brackets to explain to you why the Muslims are the best of mankind. Now, the first second you see the word benefit, you will think that that's good. I mean, they are a Muslim. In order to be the best of mankind, he have to be doing something for the benefit of mankind. But then, and this is what the Muslim they quote for you. You see, the Muslim they quote you this to fool you, but they will not tell you that this is about fascism. This is about hating you and killing you and fighting you and enslaving you. They will say to you, we are the best people because we serve people. We serve a humanity. The best, and this is not my words, read with me. The best for mankind are those who bring them with the chains around their necks till they embrace Islam. But we just saw in the Muslim website saying that you, as if you live in a kafir country, and look, they are calling us kafir. They live in our country and they are calling us a kafir, and the kafir is a statement of insult. Kafir is the word kafir, by the way, it means somebody is a liar. He covered the truth. So he called you kafir, he called you a liar, and he is saying we should not lie to a liar. But this is not what the Quran is teaching, and this is not what Islam is teaching. And he explained to you why you should not lie to the kafir, because supposedly you are trying to present to him an image of Islam, and that image will make him convert to Islam. You cannot force him to convert to Islam. So what we can do, we lie to him by lying about lying. So now we will not lie in order to make a convert. But this is not what happened really. Muslims, they lie every day about Islam. Islam is peace. Islam means submission. Islam does not approve killing innocent people. Islam, all of this is a lies, and we will show it to you. And if in front of us we have an example. So the Muslim believe they are one nation and they are the best of mankind. It's the same idea of the fascism. You know, the funny, the Muslim, they say to you, don't the Old Testament says that the Jews are the children of God? Yeah, but doesn't mean anything, because Christians, they say they are children of God. Children of God are those who believe in God, as simple as that. Muslims don't believe they are children of God, but they believe they are the best nation, and the Quran says that. And Allah, He gave them a mission, and the mission is to kill anyone who don't believe in Islam and in the best scenario, to bring them after defeating them and the chains around their necks and force them to embrace Islam. Right? This is what Islam is about. So when a Muslim he says to me, we lies about Islam, your lies is the lies about Islam. The only lies exist about Islam is the lies of Muslims. How we are going to show that with evidence? We don't speak from our own. As you see, it is in the screen in front of you. If you ask any Muslim about this, is it really what Islam teach, that the best of mankind is to bring us on the chain around our head? They will say, no way, absolutely not. That is the lie. That is the lie. You know what I'm talking about? They say we should not lie, but if you ask them about this statement in front of us in their books, they will say no, it doesn't say that. So who is the liar? Let us continue. I will go to the article, and actually there's even the Dean Show. The Dean Show, they have an article too, but let us go with this one first. In recent days, President Obama stood before a crowd of 6,000 people in Indonesia and risks, etc. Okay, relation Islam between Muslim and the world in the West, etc. And the saying he did in Cairo University. Very well, but not. But how? Okay. I spend a lot of time in US, and it is striking how ignorant so many people are about Islam. I agree. They are totally ignorant, particularly in certain parts of media. All right, let's go. Lie number one: Muslims hate the West, and what it is stand for. You can go right now. You can go right now, and you can see in YouTube tons of thousands of videos speaking against the West, and the Muslims should not love the kuffar. However, why I want to go to the TV and why I want to go to the video? Let us go to the Quran. So lie number one: Muslims, they hate the West. All right, let us see. See, he is trying to prove to us that this is a lie. This is a lie. Muslims don't hate the West. You bunch of liars. You are a bunch of idiot. Where do you get this from? You a bunch of scumbag liars. Shame on you. Chapter 3 verse 28. Take not non-Muslims as a friends. I will go back to them one by one. All right, I'm just going over. All right. Okay. Chapter 4 verse 89. The kuffar, they wish to be like them and to be friends with them. They wish. Don't do that. Take them and kill them wherever you find them. What the kuffar they wish? What is the wish of the kuffar? Muslims, what is the wish of the kuffar? The wish of the kuffar is to make you like them and to make you friends, right? You can read any translation you want, Muslims. You know, I don't need to read the translation myself. Chapter 4 verse number 89, you can change. If you don't like Yusuf Ali, we can go to different translation. They desire who? The kuffar. You should disbelieve as they disbelieve, that maybe all you alike. Therefore take not from among them friends. So who is the one saying don't take them as a friend? Is it the kuffar, or Islam says don't take them as a friend? You see, this is the lie the Muslim they say to us, that the kuffar, the non-Muslims, they want to kill us. So what we would do? But how they want to kill you, but they want to take you as a friend? And it is the Quran who forbid the Muslims from taking them as a friends. It doesn't make sense. Somebody want to take you as a friend, but they want to kill you. So they wish to be like them. They wish to be like them and to be a friend to them. Don't take them as a friend. until they join Muhammad, or if they don't, huh? If they don't, what we do? Size them and kill them wherever you find them. Do you see it? And take not from among them a friend or a helper. But this guy in the article, he said to us, Islam is not against the West. And the Quran saying, size them and kill them wherever you find them if you can, and take not from among them a friend. What do you mean take not a friend? That means somebody want to take me as a friend, but me as a Muslim, I have an obligation to refuse your friendship. And don't tell me this guy he want to be in war with me, because obviously he want to be my friend. The one who forbid me from a friendship with the non-Muslims is Islam. It's not the person who is not a Muslim. It is your religion who forbid you from taking non-Muslims as a friends. And that is all over the Quran. Let us continue. We are just quoting for you verses, you know, but you can read, by the way, verses before and verses after. If a Muslim, in chapter 4 verse 139, if a Muslim he take from the non-believers as a friend, and they think they can get an honor from that, you should know better. You will not get an honor from those people. Those who choose disbelievers for their friends instead of believers, do they look for power at their hands? Lo, all the power is with Allah. You cannot take them as a friends. They are the enemies of Allah. What are you doing? You cannot do that. So is the West is a Muslim countries? No. So Quran over and over says, take not the Christians and Jews as a friends. Take not non-believers as a friends. Let us continue. Chapter 4 verse 144. Look how many times the same thing is repeated. Oh, who you believe, take not for friends and believers, rather the believers. Do you wish to offer Allah an open proof against yourself? You see it? Which means that the article in front of us, the article about that the West, Islam does not like what the West, is a lie. He is the liar. The Quran says clearly you cannot take them as a friends. Not only the Christians, the Jews, anyone is disbeliever, you cannot take him as a friend. So they make an article saying that those are lies about Islam when they are the liars. Every phrase in the Quran confirm that you cannot do that, and if you do that, you are a hypocrite and you will be in the hellfire. Why you will be in hellfire? Because you took them as a friends. So do you see how amazing the lies of Muslims is? And supposedly they are accusing those who say Islam hate the West of lying. Your article is the biggest lie, my friend. Let us continue. We are not done yet. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا اليهود والنصارى أولياء بعضهم أولياء بعض ومن يتولهم فهو منهم. Unbelievable. Let us see what does that mean in English. Read with me, please. Oh, who you believe, take not the Jews and the Christians for your friends and protectors. They are but friends and protectors to each other, and he amongst you that turns to them for friendship, verily Allah guide not the unjust. Huh? I thought you Muslims have no problem to take the Western as a friends, and you don't hate the Western, and you don't hate the Chinese, and you don't hate the Hindus, and you don't hate anyone. This is what the article is saying. So why the Quran saying, and here he mentioned specifically the Jews and the Christian, and not only that, the Quran saying that if you take any of them, if any of you Muslims took us as a friend and you mean it, if you mean it, huh, you are one of us. Do you see it? And he amongst you that turn to them for a friendship, he is one of them. Oh boy, you are an apostate. But the article says Muslims don't hate the West, and they should not hate the West, and Islam does not teach that. This is why I always say, don't ever trust a Muslim teaching you about Islam. A Muslim, he is a box of lying. He's a machine box of lying. He's a lying machine. The Quran full of phrases about you should not take them as a friends. You cannot be a friend to them. You can't even be nice to them. There's a verse in the Quran that says that, you know, Allah did not forbid you from being kind to those who they are, you know, from the disbelievers. But this was about the mother of Aisha. She came to bring a gift for her. Muhammad, he have no problem to accept gift. You know, he's the same as my grandfather. If you whisper in his ear saying take, he hear it. If you scream saying give me, he never heard anything. So Muhammad, when it is for his favor, he says there is no problem to be nice to the non-believers. Why? Because they are bringing a gift. They are bringing gift to him. They are bringing money. Money is welcome. And the Quran in front of us is so clear. Do we have any Muslim here? You don't agree that this is what the Quran is teaching? And the second you take me as a friend, that's mean you are out of Islam? Is that a verse taken out of context of the Quran, or this is what it says? We can go and see the interpretation, and the interpretation is so clear. Who is a Muslim would like us to read the interpretation? Because you might say it doesn't mean that. You are lying. You are misquoting. Should we go and read the interpretation, Abdul? We can do it. Who is Abdul would like to call me right now, and he himself, he will read the interpretation for me. Who is a Muslim Abdul, a follower of the dead Muhammad? Huh? I'm going to open the interpretation website right now, right here. So who is the Muslim? My Skype is open. Would like to call me and correct us if we are wrong. This is your official Islamic website of the kingdom of the scumbag, the king of Jordan. And that explains why he's a scumbag fraud, for he is from the followers of, sorry, from the family of Muhammad. Yeah, he claimed that he is descendant from Muhammad, and that explains everything. Chapter 5, verse number 51. Okay, Al-Jalalain. And by the way, Al-Jalalain is a new scholar. I mean, like compared to others, Al-Jalalain is not an old. You want to see the ugliness of Islam? Go to the older it is, the more scary it is. The more modern, like the more close to our date, the more it is. You know, they try to, you know, to sweet with life with the West and Western and etc. It's like a propaganda. But always books of Islam in Arabic is totally different from it is in English. And this is why I don't even accept any translation of Muslims, because always they try to make it look a lot nicer. Read with me here. Oh, who you believe, do not take the Jews and the Christians as patrons, affiliating with them, or showing them efficient. Oh boy, you cannot do that. Why? They are, you know, they are friends to each other. Huh? Being united in disbelief. So what the crime those people they have? Why we cannot take them as a friends? Is that because they are bad to us? No. They have a problem, and the problem is they don't believe in Muhammad, the child molester. So whoever amongst you affiliates with them, he is one of them, counted with them. And God does not guide the folk who do wrong by affiliating with the disbelievers. So you are out of Islam, you are one of them. Now somebody might say to me, so why the Saudi they invited Trump, and why the Egyptian they signed a peace agreement with the Jews, and why this have nothing to do with the friendship? Those people, they are trying to survive. Those are superpower and they cannot go in war with them. But one day if America go weak, they will eat America alive. One day if the Israeli go weak, they will eat them alive. You think Israel exists because the Muslims are nice to Israel? There is one reason for Israel to exist. That is their army. As simple as that. And there is one reason America is not a Muslim country. That because their army. And one reason all the countries are not Muslims until now, they are not Muslims because of their army. Otherwise the Muslim will take you, eat you alive. If what it used to be before is the same, like they have swords, we have swords, they will take you. They are savage. They are the same as they did. Like look at Turkey. Turkey, this is not the land of the Muslims. This is have nothing to do with the Muslims. They took it and now they changed the name. They changed the religion. They did massacre for the native people of the country. What is the citizen of the empire of Constantinople? What happened to them? Where they go? Where they go? They're gone. How they gone? Women are raped, taken as sex slaves, and the men are killed. As simple as that. Where is the black people in a city of Al-Basra in Iraq? This was a city full 100% black people. Black people. Not a single black person is exist in Iraq. What happened? They killed them. The black, they make a revolution against the Islamic scam. They killed them all. Slaughter every black person. Now if we go to chapter 3 verse number 28, that will explain to us all the articles the Muslims they make speaking that Islam is against lying, but the fact Islam is the religion of lying. This is a chapter 3 verse number 28, which is a very well known as the verse of Taqiyya. Taqiyya means protection. So the Muslims, because now they are in a stage of weakness, they are not strong militarily, they cannot force their Islam on us by sword, so they are allowed to lie by doing the following. Let not the believers take the disbelievers as patrons, rather, etc. And by the way, if you don't like, this is Tafsir al-Jalalain again. We saw Tafsir al-Jalalain for 551. Let us see Tafsir Ibn Abbas for 328, just to exchange interpretation. All right. This is Ibn Abbas. Let not the believers take the disbelievers as friends, and those supposedly are the hypocrites. You know, Islam call people names, so they have names like kuffar, hypocrites, you know, the filthy, the najis, the worst of the creatures, the worst of the animals. All those names they are given to the Christians, the Jews, non-Muslims, the hypocrites, etc. Okay, so you cannot take them as a friends, and you cannot take the Jews as a friends, and you cannot take the Christians as a friends, and you cannot treat them in with honorable way. Who? The disbelievers. You know, the disbelievers cannot be treating the disbelievers in honor. And the one who is sincere, if a Muslim, he is sincere in what? In taking or seeking might or honor from who? From the disbelievers, to be a friend with them. This person, if he is sincere in taking them as a friend, he mean it. He has no connection with Allah, has no honor, mercy, or protection, which means he should be killed. If you really mean it. If a Muslim mean it really to take you as a friend, and he mean it for real, that he is your friend, he have no honor, he have no mercy, nor protection from Allah, which means Muslims, they can kill him for he is an apostate. However, unless there's a condition, there's an exception. You cannot take a friend from the non-Muslims, but you can, unless it is you do it to guard yourself against them, save yourself from them, taking it as it were security, saving yourself from them by speaking in a friendly way toward them while your heart dislike this. I mean, how evil this religion can be more than this. And the funny, in the same page they are using the word hypocrites. Supposedly we are the hypocrites, but the Quran teaching Muslims to be hypocrite liars. You cannot take them as a friend. Who? The hypocrites. And then he says to us in two lines down, you can speak to them, huh? You can speak to them in a friendly way while your heart dislike this. Who is the hypocrites? Islam not only teach hate and teach killing and violence, Islam promote hypocrisy, and yet they call you hypocrite. That is Islam. The biggest lies about Islam is the one coming from Muslims, my friend, not from non-Muslims. I never saw a Muslim he is telling truth about Islam. The only truthful Muslims they speak about Islam is ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Taliban. That is the truth. And this is my challenge to any Muslim is listening. Name for me one thing ISIS did Muhammad did not do. Who want to do it? Life right now, right here. The biggest lie, the Muslims, because they are ashamed of their cult, so they start saying ISIS does not present Islam. If ISIS does not present Islam, who present Islam? The belly dancer of Egypt? The caliphate of ISIS, he have a PhD in Islam. He is not an ignorant of Islam. That's why he became a leader. He have what? He have a PhD in Islam. He is not a guy who graduated about Islam from a chat room. They choose him to be the caliph because he do not know Islam. The mullahs, the sheikhs in Saudi Arabia who sponsor him, who speak highly about him, they say he is a wonderful, knowledgeable, but he do not know Islam. So who is the Muslim? He have the courage to call me right now and name for me one thing ISIS did Muhammad did not do. Because you see, to know if ISIS are correct Muslims or real Muslims, then we should know, we should see if they did what Muhammad did or not. As an example, who is a Christian? A Christian who is the one who followed Jesus. As simple as that. A Christian who want to kill people is no Christian. A Christian who want to hate people for their color or for any reason, he's no Christian. You have to do what Jesus do to be Christian. Okay. So can we do the same about Islam? Name for me one thing Muhammad did ISIS did not do. You know, always history is written by the one who is victorious. The one who make victory is the one who write history. Now ISIS, 3 years ago, ISIS, they were making thousands of videos rejoicing for taking over cities, Allahu Akbar, raping women. You can see in YouTube how many Muslims from those who live in the West were praising ISIS, and how many threats I received myself that we will find you. You see, we have our Khalifa state now. Do we have any Muslim would like to call us and correct us? So, do the Muslims hate the West? Yes. Not only the West. I have a surprise for you, Abdul idiot. The Quran even forbid you from loving your own family. If we go to chapter 9, verse number 23, we will find the following. Your parents, your brothers, your sisters, you are not allowed to be friend to them. Not only the Western. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا آباءكم وأخوانكم أولياء إن استحبوا الكفر. Oh, buddy. Listen here. We are not talking about America. We are not talking about Western. We are talking about Muslims, families, their fathers, their brothers, their mothers. Look, read with me, Abdul. This is not the interpretation of a Christian prince. I have nothing to do with it. This is a Muslim website, and this is the one is talking here. This is scumbag here is the cousin of Muhammad. This is the cousin of Muhammad himself. Muhammad, he prayed only for one man to be the scholar of Islam, and that is Ibn Abbas. Oh, who you believe. Choose not your father nor your brothers who are in Mecca among the disbelievers for friends. What? So Abdul, you want to convince me in Islam you can be friend to the Western, but you cannot be friend to your father and your brother? I mean, have you ever heard of a scam more than this? If you're a brother and your father, the one who slept with your mom, the one who he somehow he made you, huh? You cannot take him as a friend. So who is your friend? Who is exactly a friend to a Muslim? A cat? You can be friend with the Chinese, but you cannot be friend with American. Sorry, with someone he is your father. Are you sure? The biggest lies. Muslims hate the West. Muslims hate everybody, even their father, their sons, their daughters, if they are not Muslims. And this is Quran. This is not Hadith. And you don't tell me it's weak Quran. Don't tell me it's a weak Quran. Honestly, Muslims, if you say that this is a weak Quran, I will make you jump like a monkey. Is that a weak Quran? If this is a weak Quran, please inform me. Is it really a weak Quran? You know what? I have to believe that this Quran must be weak. So you cannot take non-Muslims as a friends, you cannot take Christians and Jews as a friends, you cannot take anyone who is not, and then you cannot even take your family as a friend. And then you want to lie to us, you say Muslims don't hate America and don't hate the West and don't hate Canada. I mean, you hate your own self. The Muslims are angry people. They look in the mirror, they see a beast. A Muslim he like no one. Have you ever find a Muslim he like even a Muslim? They hate each other. But anyway, you know, Islam is a religion which is people don't understand, and you have a misunderstanding of Islam. Let me explain to you Islam with the music. My brother, Islam is about love, harmony. We love our enemies. Yes, true. We rape their women, we kill them, and we slaughter them. But this is all coming from love. The Quran teaches us to love them, and the proof in the front of you. Are you blind? It says in the Quran, take not the Christians and Jews as the friends. Why, my friend, why? Because we are good people and they are ugly scumbag. My friend, this is the truth. I mean, what do you want more? What do you mean creepy? This is the music came from Allah. Do you remember Muhammad when he received the chapter of the Fatiha? He received it when he was doing poo-poo. Have you ever heard of a prophet he received Quran when he do poo-poo? I do poo-poo every day. I never receive Quran. I am jealous and this is not fair. The Muslims, they made a fatwa that you cannot take the Quran with you inside the bathroom, but yet their prophet himself, he received Quran when he was doing poo-poo. Please don't remind me of Zakir Naik. Otherwise I have to call him. The chapter which the Muslims recite every day for us, Al-Fatiha, Muhammad received it when he was doing poo-poo. And this is the book of Asbab al-Nuzul. Asbab in Arabic mean reasons. Al-Nuzul, to come down. So the reason to come down. What is the reason to come down? Well, obviously the reason Muhammad smells so bad when he do it. And by the way, do you know that the Muslim believe that when Muhammad, sorry, did I say Muhammad? That's insulting. The Prophet Muhammad, the praised one. Allah is the praised too. He is the praised one. Allah is second. You know, praised one. Muhammad praised two is Allah. When the Prophet, the praised one, he do poo-poo, you believe it or not, you Christian, you keep saying, how come there is no miracle for the Prophet? I can show you from Islamic books that when the Prophet he do poo-poo, the earth open its mouth and swallow his poop. And not only that, the earth in return, after she eat his poop, she give perfume. Any Muslim he want to say this not true? Call me right now. The Prophet who the earth eat his poop and spread perfume when he fought. I mean, imagine, even his miracles is shitty kind. I just posted a video a few days ago. It's about a guy who converted to Islam because of shit. Do you see it? I'm serious. This is what the Muslim they say. Anyway, there is some scholarly disagreement. Look at this. I don't believe it. Have you ever heard of Muslim in disagreement about something? This is about every verse, my friend. The Muslims agree about not to agree about this surah, and this is the case for every surah. There is some scholarly disagreement. Let us ask Zakir Naik about this verse. Zakir Naik is not here. Where is Zakir Naik? What is the time now in Bangladesh? It's almost morning there. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Brother, may I talk to Dr. Zakir Naik? Who is talking? Is that necessarily to know? Yes, we need to know. Okay, tell him Christian Prince. Who? Christian Prince. Huh? My name is a Christian Prince. You Christian Prince? Yeah. How come your sound is the same as my voice? You know what I mean? Because you see, we are kuffar, we play black magic. So now you are talking using my voice. And I'm trying to put black magic on Dr. Zakir Naik, the same as Lubayd ibn Asam. He put a black magic on the Prophet and he started imagining himself having sex with his wives, but the fact he was not. He was holding it with a disposal machine. So can I talk to Dr. Zakir Naik or not? Hello? Hello? He hung up. Do you remember when I called the Dean show? You remember? In the Dean show, they hang up on me, the cowards. They say, call us. If you have a question, call us. If you have a question live right now, live. The number in the screen, call us. And I called first time, second time, third time. The coward, they will not let me go. Yeah. Brother, sister, great and prince, he's asking question. What is the reason that when the prophet he decided to receive the chapter Al-Fatiha, each time he receive it when he do poo-poo? First of all of us as a human, we do poo-poo. Find me one a human don't do poo-poo. Christian prince himself, he do poo-poo at least 3 times a day. Once in the morning, once in the moon, and then at the noon. So it's very normal for the prophet to receive Quran when he doing poo-poo, because all the day he doing poo-poo. The angel was waiting for the prophet to finish his poo-poo, but he never finished because he have a diarrhea. I mean, what's wrong with this angel? He cannot give the prophet his Quran unless he have a poo-poo. Look what it says. The Muslim try to make it nicer in the translation. All right. The messenger of Allah, Allah bless him and give him peace. Okay, look like Muhammad is not in peace yet. Whenever he went out, what do you mean whenever he went out? Out where? He have a date? Did I want to say to you whenever he went out to shit, he used to hear someone is calling. What he is calling? Oh Muhammad. Oh Muhammad. And the prophet, whenever he hear this, he used to flee. The prophet kept running and running and running and running non-stop, and his panty between his legs. Hold on. Stop this music, man. Does it say there whenever he went out? Which means, I mean, the angel, he have it 24 hours a day. Why he wait until he went out to do poo-poo? Any Muslim have an idea? What's wrong with this angel? The day is 24 hours. Like, give him the Fatiha when he is eating. Give him the Fatiha when he's washing his hands. Give him the Fatiha when he's smoking marijuana. But you give him the Fatiha only when he went out to do poo-poo? I mean, you are a stupid idiot, angel. Seriously. So this angel look like he is his specialty. Allah told him, don't give him the Quran unless you see him doing poo-poo. And by the way, this makes sense. I mean, Quran, I mean, you have to match it right in the right moment. Quran is coming. So why Muslims, they lie to us about the religion? We don't hate the West and we don't hate etc. And ISIS is not Islam. I mean, everything about you is about ISIS. Your God, Allah himself, is ISIS member. Have you ever heard of a God he want to insert a chains in the anus of a human being? ISIS did not do that yet. Your God himself is a terrorist. What do you mean Allah will insert in the anus of a human being a chain? Did ISIS do that? No, they did not. Muhammad, he tied a woman from her legs from 2 ropes to 2 camels, and he split her when she's alive. ISIS did the same. They tie a guy between 2 tanks and they split him when he's alive, 2 pieces, exactly as Muhammad did. Do we have any Muslim here? He don't like what I am saying, because seriously, to be honest with you, me myself, I don't like what I'm saying. I don't know, for some reason I feel like I'm being soft today with Muslims. I don't like that. I mean, come on. Let us continue with the article. The biggest lies about Islam. So the Muslims hate to the West and what they stand for. We got you busted. Lie number 2. Muslim scholars support violence. Oh mommy, mommy blue. Abdul, I just showed you Quran. Your prophet himself, he supported scholars, support the terrorism. Your prophet himself, he said the following. Scholars, what scholars? What scholars? Let us show you what your prophet said. Don't tell me scholars. Switch to Arabic. And you will see right away how the Muslim, they change the translation. Narrated that the Prophet Abu Huraira, the Prophet reported from the Prophet blah blah, it said, and he narrated some of the hadith, which was the Messenger, Allah peace upon him, said, I have been helped by terror. By the way, in Arabic, it doesn't say I've been helped. It says I've been victorious by terror. Now, is that a terror of violence or terror of kissing? Your prophet was victorious by what? By terror. Do we have any Abdul here? He is against the terrorism of his prophet. Why did say to us Islam is against terrorism if Muhammad himself, I am victorious by terror? Not only that, he said, I am victorious by terror from a distance of a month journey. ISIS are not victorious by terror by a month journey, maybe 2 days journey. Muhammad was victorious by a distance of a month. People from month away, far away, they are terrified because of him. You see how lovely he is? Is that a scholar talking, or this is Muhammad? Do we have any Abdul? I don't know where's the Abduls lately. Look like they are taking vacation or something. Tomorrow is Thursday, Friday is coming. Here we go. Friday we are going to have some terrorist attack. Just wait. ISIS now is demolished, and the stupid European, they are taking ISIS members back to their countries, and now they will start practicing their terror in your land because of the stupid government of your own. Have fun. Muhammad was a terrorist. Allah himself is a terrorist. Islam, all of it is based on terrorism. Let me show you another face of terrorism people don't like to talk about. Do you know that terrorism starts from the family in Islam? Terrorism starts from the family. How we can prove that? If you go to chapter 4 verse number 34, it says clearly that if you fear that your wife she will disobey you, you fear that they did not disobey you yet. What you do, you beat them. You beat them. And that is where terrorism start. Because the whole idea is what? Is to beat the women violently and terrify her so she will be your goat. How we can make her obey you? By beating her. You jail her. You scourge her. You beat the hell of her. And then if she obey you, don't beat her. I mean, come on, she's obeying you. So what the whole purpose of this beating is to make her obey. That is a terror too. So not only terror is attacking non-Muslims, Muslims, they preach and they teach and they practice terrorism inside their houses. The weak have to be subdued to the strong physically. This is the nature of Islam. When the Muslims are weak, they will be subdued to you too. This is why we see when Trump he went to Saudi Arabia, they receive him as if he's God, because they're weak. They want to kiss his shoes because they need him to survive. You know, when the president of Egypt, and he is a Muslim like them, he went to Saudi Arabia. Do you know who was waiting for him in the airport? The assistant of the assistant of the assistant of the assistant of the city mayor. They don't have mayor there, they call him prince. It's the same as a mayor. When Trump he went there, the whole country is in the airport. This is what Islam is about. And what is the logic of beating your wife so she will obey you? I mean, what the point of obeying you after beating her? Do you feel like a man now? Are you like you must be a hero now, like you did beat a woman? I mean, come on, I am a hero. I did beat my woman. You know, and she's obeying me. Ooh, unbelievable. I feel good. What a scumbag teaching. There's no one who teach that he can beat his wife unless he himself is suffering from unconfident and he is not man enough. You see those men who they are like a puppy in the street in the front of men. So what they do, everybody outside beat them. So what they do, they go inside door and they beat the weak one. They beat their children, they beat their wife, but outdoor they are puppies. A real man, he don't beat his wife. If you force your wife to obey you as the Quran teaching you, you turn your back, she will cheat on you. Are you happy? What do you think beating a woman will make her being good to you? What will make her lawful, loyal, honest? You are treating her like garbage. So she will find a way to return it to you. What kind of religion this religion is? And the Muslim, when you translate, you will see in many translation. Let me show you the other translation. I will change the translator and see how right away you will see words are not in the verse, they appear suddenly. Let us go. I will go to Yusuf Ali. Look how translation change. In here in this translation, suddenly we have first. The Quran is first. Then we have next. Then we have at least. And then we have lightly. And look, the scumbag himself, he put them between two brackets, which mean they are not in the Quran. You see, the bracket exists for a reason. It is not in the Quran. What do you mean lightly? Does the Quran say lightly? The point of beating the women is to make her obey you. So she will obey you because you did beat her lightly? Is that really convincing? And the Muslim, they went so far by their lies, and they say to you, we beat them with miswak. Do you know what miswak? Miswak, they show you a picture of a miswak. It's like 1 inch tall. Toothbrush. My friend, the miswak is a root of tree. It is very harmful, and they use it in the time of Muhammad to beat the camel with it. It is not the 1 inch the Muslim they show you. If a woman, you beat her with a toothbrush, she might get horny. Beating a woman with toothbrush, are you serious? She will get excited. She will take you to bed. She will be laughing. She will like you. So don't lie to people. Says that we beat them with toothbrush. People laugh at your tooth and laugh at your brush and laugh at your stupidity. We beat our wife, brother, with toothbrush. Yeah, I saw the toothbrush in the hand of Taliban. I saw it. I saw the toothbrush in Syria, in Iraq. Huh? I saw it in Somalia. It was like 2 meter long belt. That is the toothbrush. May Allah brush you all over with his private part. This is how the Muslims have no shame to lie. And look here, it says refuse to share with them beds. It says uhjuruhunna fil madaja, you idiot. Jail them in their rooms, and you can force them to rape them too. You see the whole story behind this verse. Actually, it's about a woman. Her husband divorced her 3 times, and she can't get back to her husband unless she go and have sex with a new guy. So she married an old guy, and she did marry him supposedly for a day or two, hoping she will make him hate her and she will go back to her husband. But Muhammad, he refused. He said to her, you cannot do that unless he tastes your juice and you taste his juice. And Muhammad, he took the side with the man who did beat her until her skin became greener than her clothes. And let us show the reference in the front of your eyes. Here we go. This is what is behind the chapter 4 verse number 34. This woman, her husband did beat her until her skin became greener. Do you see it? The woman, she was wearing a green veil, and she complained to Aisha about her husband, and she showed her a green spot in her skin caused by beating. Now read the whole story. You will see Muhammad, he took the side with the man against the woman, and he never mentioned one word about beating the wife. Actually, he gave Muhammad, he gave this man the verse we see in chapter 4 verse number 34 to support him in what he do about beating his wife. No, it's a juice. You know, Islam is the first religion, you know. Muhammad, he said, حتى تذوقي عسيلته ويذوق عسيلتك, until he tastes your juice and you taste his juice. I'm not making things up. Let us see. The Muslim in the translation, they try to give false translation, but it doesn't work. Still, we can get them busted. Look at this. Here in the translation, they said, until you taste his sweetness and she tastes his sweetness. Okay, is that really sweetness? What he means sweetness? Do men have a sweetness? What is that? Are we bees? Muslims, are we bees? What sweetness mean? He tastes your sweetness and you taste his sweetness. What is that? Let us go down. Let's go down. Look here. Tasting the sweetness is gone. This appears from the hadith, but it is in Arabic. Here Muhammad said, if a man divorces his wife 3 times, she cannot get back to her husband until the new husband tastes her sweetness, or sorry, her juice, the same as the first did. But look in the translation. The translation doesn't say that at all. It says she cannot legally marry the first husband unless she consummate his marriage with her. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It says she cannot go back to her husband, the first husband, unless the new husband he tastes her juice the same as the first one. Totally false translation. However, we can get them busted. Here the translation is coming as what? Taste his sweetness, her sweetness. Let us see. I'm sure the translator, he will make a mistake and he will give it the real meaning. Again, taste her sweetness. You see another hadith. Let us go down. Look here. Look here is getting more details. Look. not until she has tasted the sweetness of intercourse. Muslims, until Aisha, she is saying, until you taste the sweetness of intercourse. What is the sweetness of intercourse exactly? Aisha, the porn specialist, she is saying she cannot do that again. She cannot go back to her old husband unless she has tasted the sweetness of intercourse. What is that exactly? Do we have any Muslima here? She is expert with the sweetness of Islamic intercourse. Do we have any Abdul here? What is the sweetness of the intercourse in Islam? What does that mean exactly? Intercourse, we know what it is. We are trying to figure out what is the sweetness of intercourse. Does that mean she have to taste his sperm and he have to taste her vagina? Muslims, is that the case? Do we have any Abdul here? Let us go more. Let us go more. Here it says, Abdul Rahman, taste your sweetness. The Prophet said, until Abdul Rahman, he tastes your sweetness, and you taste his sweetness. Muslims, what is the sweetness of Abdul Rahman? I will give you three options. Abdul Rahman, he provide Coca-Cola. Abdul Rahman, he provides 7-Up. Abdul Rahman, he provide ice cream. What is the sweetness she is going to taste from Abdul Rahman? Let us continue. Here again, it's coming, taste his sweetness, and she tastes his sweetness. Hold on. Here is taste his sweetness. Look, 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 look. Here is a change in the translator. He is coming with the new translation. Until she tastes his honey, and he tastes her honey. Muslims, they provide honey during intercourse, and I was wondering what they are tasting there. And you know, like me, I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I was thinking of dirty stuff. Shame on me. But now I will discover that this is just honey. Now we know why they call it in America you know, honeymoon. I mean, obviously everything in the moon is honey. Look, she tastes his honey, he tastes. The whole day they are doing nothing. He tastes her honey, she tastes his honey. It is a honey day. I mean, I want to get married today. What I'm waiting for? Who want to marry me here? If there's any suicide bomber here. If there's any woman, she is willing to risk her life to marry Christian Prince. By the way, just to be careful, I am honey free. But because for most of women, honey mean money. It doesn't mean what Muhammad is talking about. I'm a guy, have no money, so don't think I have a honey at all. This is what they say in America, right? They say no money, no honey. Unbelievable. Muslims, well, what is that? And what kind of a prophet? If a woman, she divorced 3 times, she cannot get back to her husband, to the original husband, until she go and she test the honey of a new guy. I mean, what is the logic of that? You Muslims, Islam is very open. I don't want to say open-minded. I want to say open vagina. The women, in order to get back to her old husband, she have to open her vagina to a new guy, and then he play with it, and taste her honey, and then supposedly she became lawful to come back. I mean, what kind of processing this processing is? That's amazing. Muslim, they must take shower sex. No, that's not true. Muhammad, he used to have one wash after having sex with 13 women. I can show the hadith right now. Anyway, Muslim have to take shower sex. All right. And look here. Here the translation change. Here it's not tasting honey no more. Suddenly the taste is gone. What happened? Still, I'm looking for the word juice, because the correct word is juice. I don't see the juice. Where is the juice? Sweetness, sweetness, sweetness. This one, sweetness. Test his sweetness. He tests her sweetness. Okay, I'm getting dizzy. Test the sweetness. She tests his sweetness. All right. Okay, sweetness. All right. Okay, she tastes his sweetness. Yeah. Where is the juice? Not even one of them. He's saying juice. Not even one translation is correct. I don't see juice. Okay, let us continue here. Here there is no testing at all. It's gone. Unbelievable. What a bunch of liars. Here's sweetness. Here. Lord have mercy. Sweetness. I want to know what is the women's sweetness. Muslims, any Muslim here can call me right now and tell me what the women in Islam, the women's sweetness exactly. Any Muslim women, she can call us to tell us what is the women's sweetness. I feel hungry. Look, the word sweetness is gone here too. It's not even, we can't find the juice, and even the word sweetness is disappearing. What happened? Where is the word juice? That's amazing. Okay, let us search for it. Hold on. I will find it. No way it's not there. Yeah, by the way, if you are under the age of 6 years old, you better leave, because this is only for adult. Because remember, Aisha, she was adult when she was 6 years old, according to Shabir Ali. Yeah. All right, hold on. I'm going to find it. I'm so upset. What is the taste his juice? Unbelievable. Let us see. I will search again. I can't see it. They took it off. It used to be here. It used to be here. But I did read it before with the correct translation. Maybe they took it off. So they make it only with his sweetness. Yeah, look like it. I didn't see it no more. But I like the idea that tastes his honey and she tastes and he tastes her honey. There's one thing for sure about Muhammad. He like honey very much. Do we have any Muslim here? Do we have any Muslim? Yeah, right. The Muslim, they will not know that this is a sperm. The Muslim, the only education they have is about sex. According to Fox News and according to Google, not Fox News actually, Fox News is copying from Google. #1 countries in the world who search for sex with donkeys are Muslims. I mean, sex with donkey. With donkey. With donkey. Let us continue with the article. Let us see what else. The biggest lies about Islam. Yeah, Islam does not support violence. Chapter 9 verse 29, kill the Christians, kill the Jews, kill those who don't believe in Allah, kill those who leave Islam, kill those who whatever, etc. It does not support violence. Right. What is the #3 lie? Muslim moderates does not condone violence done in the name of Islam. Moderate? Do you have moderate Quran? A Muslim, do you have a moderate Quran? In order to be moderate, you have to be moderator. You have to change your textbook. You have to change what you read. You read the Quran, but you are moderate. Do we have any Abdul? By the way, I'm a very moderate person too. Like I saw the moderation of the Muslim moderate in Syria. Like now they are not cutting to a human being by splitting him alive by using camels. They use tanks. There was a video made by a moderate Muslim trying to prove to the Muslims that ISIS are not true Muslims. How he did it? He showed them in the video that ISIS, they enter a town, and this town is a Christian town, and they accept that those Christians, they will pay the jizya and they will not kill them all. So the moderate Muslim said, if ISIS are a true Muslim, they should kill them all. Why? Because this town, they are Catholic and they have a status of Mary in the church, therefore they should be killed. And by the way, this town, ISIS, they took it last month and they slaughtered 100 Christians. They found the head of 100 Christians slaughtered in this town, and not even a single Western station spoke about it. 100 Christians slaughter. Yeah. So the Muslim propaganda about Islam is against. I mean, this guy, he claimed to be a Dr. Ibrahim, a research scholar of Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University. I mean, who is the scumbag he hired you to be a scholar? Quote for me the Quran. I mean, have you ever heard of research, but he did not quote for us the quote of the Quran? Why you don't quote for us what Muhammad said? Huh? Do we have any Abdul? Do we have any Muslim would like to call me right now, live on air? We are desperate to find a Muslim he can refute us. Who is voluntarily a Muslim willing to do it? Anyone? Not even one? You know, the Muslims, they say to us that the Christians, they lie to you, And the Muslim, they right away they would love to debate you as long you're an American person who do not know Islam, you don't speak Arabic. If you don't speak Arabic, they will say to you, in order to understand Islam, my friend, you need to learn Arabic. Well, okay, Arabic is my first language. So what I should do now? Muslims, what I should do? Should I learn English? Is that a Quran translated by you or by me? Is Yusuf Ali is a Christian person? Is Biktal a Christian person? Is Muhsin Khan a Christian person? And all of us, we knew that translation made by Muslims is nothing but a lie. It's just to beautify Islam, to make it look better. Yet after all of this, still Islam is disgusting. Do we have any Muslim here? It looks like we have Abdul here. He wanna call. Let us see if he's going to call us. Feel free to call. If you are a Abdul or a Abdullah, I don't care really. You are a male or a female. Even your God, he says that you are half a brain because you are a female. I don't believe really a woman they are half a brain. You know, women sometimes they can have half a skirt, they can have half a bra, they can have you know, half bikini, but half brain, I don't think so. And the reason the women they do that, they wear those things, so the man he will lose all the brain he have. So if the woman she have half skirt, the man he loses a brain. You know, the Muslim they say to you that a Muslim man, that the man, when the woman she have her period, she is you know, she is not good, she is bad, she is stupid, she is etc. A woman she walk in the street, she make 1,000 2,000 male run after her in Algeria. Go watch the video. Same in Egypt. Who is the one have half a brain? Muslims, who is the one have half a brain? A woman, she is wearing tight jeans, 10,000 people in Saudi Arabia run after her. Who is the one have half a brain? The woman is the one have half a brain. All of you Muslim men, you have half a brain because Islam make you stupid and sex possessed. You are a sex slave. Look what Muhammad he used to do when a woman she walked by. Your best example. This is your best example. Muhammad he saw a woman, she is walking by in front of his house. He keeps staring and staring at her until he gets so excited. Then he went to his wife and he did sex with his wife. Who is the one who have half a brain? The woman, she is just walking by. She did not do anything. She is not wearing a short skirt. She is not wearing a bikini. What Muhammad was looking at her ass. And then Muhammad he says the woman she advanced and retires in the shape of the devil. He is the devil. She did nothing. Sex is very important. This is a Muslim. He is giving us a wisdom. Guys, sex is very important. A Muslim, he thought and he thought and he thought and he squeezed his brain, and then he come to us with an answer saying sex is very important. Abdul, are we debating about if sex is important or not? We want to know why women she have half a brain just because she is a woman, when you men is the one who lose your mind when you see a panty. You see a panty, you lose your mind. So why we say the woman she is half a brain? Do you see women in the street chasing a man because a man is handsome? They don't do that usually, unless it is like if you look like Christian Prince. Allahu Akbar. I look like Ahmadinejad, and because of that, each time I walk in the street, I feel like I am in danger because of women. American women, they are really aggressive. That's why I put insurance on myself. I'm afraid that those women who have half a brain, they might kidnap me one day. So why women, they have half a brain? You know, the scam of Muhammad is amazing. If women, she is a devil, why you want to have 50, 60 of them in your house? They are devils. Look, she retires, she advances in the shape of a devil, and she retires in the shape of the devil. So why you want to have many of them in your house? You are running all the way from Sydney, Australia to do what? Chasing the rabbit? Do we have any Abdul when I call? Any Muslim? And you know, Muhammad is so conservative, and later we find him, he said to a woman, if a man is looking at you in a dirty way, give him your boobs. I mean, look at this guy. He want to force the women to wear burqa. In the same time, he advised the Muslim women to give her nipples to a stranger. What's wrong with this religion? Muhammad, obviously, his views is you know, they are burned. In one hand, he said to the women, you cover yourself, you don't show your etc. Blah 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 blah. And then he says to them in the other side, if a man is looking at you in a dirty way, you give him your boobs. And I told you before, I'm thinking to open a business in Las Vegas, a drive-through for breastfeeding for adult. And actually, the one who sent the breastfeeding for adult is Allah. And I believe strongly the story about the goat eating the breastfeeding for adult is not really true. I believe that the Muslim, they hide it because it's disgusting. You see, they get rid of it. The verses of stoning and breastfeeding for adult, any Muslim can explain to me how you can do breastfeeding for adult. Who is the volunteer, Muslim or Muslima? For sure is going to be nicer to say she's a Muslima, because obviously she have experience. A woman, a Muslim woman, she had to do breastfeeding for adult 10 times, and this was revealed by Allah. This is coming from Allah, Allah himself in the heaven. He sent Jibreel. Jibreel now is coming, you know, and he's landing. And now Jibreel is going to deliver Muhammad a new verse in the Quran. Breastfeeding, 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 suckling, takbir, Allahu Akbar. A God and an angel and a messenger, all of them, they are working in one announcement. A woman, she should give her breast to do breastfeeding. I mean, I want to convert to Islam, man. Can we sign a contract? How many breastfeeding adult? How many? 10 times? The women, each woman, she have to do it for me 10 times. What if it is 9? What will happen exactly? Abdul, anyone can? Is anyone there? Why it's 10? Why it's 10? Why is 10? Huh? Why is 10? This is 10 in Arabic. Sorry, this is 10 in Aramaic. Why it is 10? What is the point? What happened if I do it 9? Huh? I'm crazy, or the God who brought this verse is crazy? Unbelievable. People are not fair. You see, look, it's Allah saying a woman, she have to give her boobs 10 times, and then you say to me you're crazy. Shame on you. 10 time. 10 time. 10 time. 10 time. Allahu Akbar. 10 time. That's beautiful. This religion is so open-minded. I want to convert to Islam immediately. I want to get a breastfeeding 10 times. I cannot wait. I'm hungry. This is a religion? Muslims, this is a religion? What kind of God? And you said, they said to you, the woman, she should cover herself. The women, she have to be modest. The women, she have to be, only her husband can see her. Yeah, only her husband can see her, but everybody in town can suck her boobs. And not only that, Aisha herself, she practiced that. And she ordered her sisters that anyone want to enter upon Aisha, he have to suck their boobs. I cannot wait to see Aisha. I want to meet Aisha every day. This is a religion. And by the way, the story here is full of a drama, to be honest with you. Actually, we should be sad for a moment, because this hadith is speaking about the death of Muhammad. So to make you see the image clear about what happened in this story, focus with me, please. Please focus with me. Muslims, please, a moment of silence, because this is the death of the Prophet. All right. So what happened here? We were preoccupied with his death, and a tame sheep came and ate it. The Prophet was dead. Oh, we are sad. But the filthy sheep came and ate it. I cannot remember that. I really hate it. It was disgusting. I cannot even repeat it. I have tears in my eyes. I cannot even recognize. I truly, I cannot repeat it. I mean, look what happened. The Prophet is dead, and he is sleeping in his bed, and under his pillow there's a Quran, and then the goat, she jumped in the top of the bed, meh, meh, and she flipped the Prophet, and she took the Quran, and she opened all the pages, and she did not eat the whole Quran. No, she flipped to the page where it says adult breastfeeding and ate it. I mean, look how smart this goat is. Do you think this is a goat have to be involved with the Mossad or the CIA? From the whole Quran, she could not pick up any pages except the breastfeeding for adult. And now we don't have those verses in the Quran no more. I believe that this goat was sent by the Jews, and she is very well educated, and she knew how to read, how to write. And the drama is so scary. I mean, how the goat, she got in the bed. Muhammad is dead. She jumped in the top of the bed, and then she moved Muhammad from the top of the willow. Did I say the willow? It's okay. You are Middle Eastern. You can say whatever you want. You say shampoo. You say soup for the soap. I mean, so how this happened? Breastfeeding for adult disappear by the conspiracy of the goat? Do you think, guys, that this goat was working and functioning by Alexa? You know, like a Jew, he bought Alexa in advance time, and he said, Alexa, make the goat eat the breastfeeding for adult from the bed of the Prophet. And the goat like, meh, yes sir, yes sir, sir. The whole story is fishy. And I have no doubt that the one who made it disappear is the Muslims. Otherwise, doesn't make sense. The goat she ate, she go there and she ate only this page. This page and the page of stoning to death. You're right. A goat. The goat, they eat anything. Have you ever guys see goats? Goat, they eat plastic bags. I'm serious. They eat anything. Put anything in the front of a goat, she swallow it. So why she ate only that page? What, she was not hungry, she was seeking a snack? Is that a snack? Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? Any Muslim women would like to call? You know, once I was talking to a Muslima and I asked her about the Muslim belief that a genie have sex with them, and she said, yes, this has happened to my friend. I think it is in YouTube already. You know, she said yes. The Muslim women, they have sex with the genie. So Muslim women, they experience a lot of things: sex with the genie, sex with animals, and breastfeeding for adult. I mean, this is really a very hippie society. Yet they wear burqa, and they try to present themselves. They are decent women. And the Muslim woman, if she divorced 3 times, her new guy, he have to taste her juice. But it's a decent religion. She cannot get back to her old husband unless a new guy, he have to play with her private part and make it juicy. And then he have to taste her juice, and she have to taste his juice. And who is the one saying that? The prophet of juice and hamburger. Any Abdul? No, I'm serious. You know, this religion is really weird. I mean, when you speak about Islam, you expect that those people are conservative, or this is what you think. The Quran teach muta. I mean, the Muslim, they say to you, we don't do muta no more. But do you know what muta is? Muta is exactly the same as a prostitution, but it's halal in Islam. Simply, you hire a woman, according to Islam, to do muta, not to be your wife. Muta. Muta in Arabic means pleasure. Literally, pleasure. And here it's about sex, pleasure. So you hire a woman, and this hiring will not make her equal to be a wife. This is why there's no divorce. So she is hired for sex, and you agree with her. You have to agree about certain things. Number one, for how long? How long? 1 day, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 days. So number one, the agreement have to contain how long. Number two, how much. Number three, the women and the man, they have to say we agree. Like this is according to the majority of the Muslim scholars. So after you announce those 3 things, she is lawful for you. So let us say a man and a woman. What I want to know, CP. I mean, this Muslim is looking for me for the listening to me for the last 2 hours, and now he's asking me, what do you want to know, CP? I mean, do you see how much intelligence they have? What do you mean, what I want to know? Everything we said to you until now, and what I want to know? No, this is not Urfi. Urfi is different. Urfi is just another form of a prostitution. Urfi is not really a marriage. You know, you see, Muslims, they have tons of deceptions of sexual relationship. All of it goes under Islam, but none of them is marriage. Muslim, they have zawaj friend. Muslim, they have travel marriage, tourism marriage. As an example, a Muslim, he can go and study in your country, and then he is legally halal for him to find a woman to marry her just during the time he is studying. And supposedly the logic behind that, that this will prevent him from looking for women to do illegal sexual intercourse. So he do it with the women who he hired temporarily during the time he is going to be there, right? Muta in Filipino mean eye booger. What does eye booger mean? I never heard this before. Eye booger. I saw the I heard them in a song. It's called I gave him a black eye, and then he said goodbye, and I turned off my Wi-Fi, but this one never went by. Now, do we have any Muslim here want to tell us what's happening? All of Islam, there's no marriage. Islam is based on sexuality, of relationship by rules, but in reality there is no marriage. It's a sex contract. There's an employee and there's an employer, and the employer is the man and the employee is the woman, and the employer, he can fire you anytime, and then he give you the agreement of money which you agree upon. There's no marriage. It's a sex contract. You know, if in America or in the West they say there is something it's called friends with benefit. Friends with benefit. Friends with benefit is more, are respected more than Islamic marriage, because there is no marriage in Islam. Even those who do friends with benefit, they have one friend and one benefit. A Muslim man, he can have 4 benefit from 4 women, and he can kick them out anytime, and she have no freedom herself. She is fully controlled by the employer. Do we have any Muslim here would like to call? Nikah mean marriage or intercourse? I mean, guys, why you switch our topic to talk about sex? You guys have a dirty minded. If a brother Zakir Naik here, he is going to school you. Brother Zakir Naik, what do you want to say to those Christians who want to talk about sex now? Brother sister, Adithi, those Christian, they have nothing to do. They are busy in their mind, speaking only about sex. First of all, in Islam, sex is not even exist. As an example, the Prophet, he said, if a Muslim man in the heaven, he would like to have a baby, he will be pregnant and he will deliver it in 1 hour. Based on this, we understand that sex in heaven is going to be self-execution. So you will do sex with yourself, and then you will become pregnant, and then you deliver it. Thank you very much. Have you ever heard of a prophet he say that if a Muslim man in heaven he wish to have a baby, he will get a pregnant and he will deliver it in 1 hour? فَإِنَّ حَمْلُهُ وَوَضْعُهُ فِي سَاعَةٍ. How the man will get a pregnant, Muslims? Who will make him pregnant exactly? Let me turn the light on. I cannot see no more. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, and if you already subscribe, don't forget to unsubscribe, because if you unsubscribe and subscribe again, Allah will give you double blessing. This is the whole idea of Islam, my brother. So right now, subscribe and subscribe, subscribe and subscribe, and then you will get banned from YouTube, from Google for playing around. You think I'm joking? Okay, let me find the hadith. You know me, I don't say things if I'm not sure. Here we go. Do you see it? Do you see it? And look at the translation, guys. Look at the translation. I mean, the translation is horrible. The believer, when he desire a child in paradise, he shall carry it. He hoo. I want to know how the Muslim he will be pregnant, and he will deliver it, and his teeth will come out in less than an hour. You see here they put the word his, and he will be complete. This is a false translation. It doesn't say complete. It says wasinnuhu fi sa'a, and his teeth will grow in 1 hour. This is what I call the Islamic microwave. But what is driving me crazy, how Zakir Naik or Shabir Ali will deliver the baby from where? Any Muslim can help us? From where? From your ass? May Allah ask you. What do you mean the man he will be pregnant? Who is going to make you Muslim man pregnant? Who? I want to know. What will happen? You will put miswak? Do you guys know the story of the miswak? Anyone knows the story of the miswak? There's a guy, supposedly he made a fun of the miswak. So when the sheikh was saying you should clean your teeth with the miswak, the guy he said miswak is my ass, and then he put the miswak in his ass. 9 months after, the guy he delivered a rat, and this is supposedly a true story, and then he died, and he have a lot of pain in his ass. True story. Any Abdul? Absolutely never ever mock the miswak, otherwise you will get a pregnant and you will deliver a rat, which means that will make him look like Ahmadinejad. When I say Muhammad is an idiot, I mean this guy, you see most of the stories, by the way, if there is anyone here he is familiar with the Zoroastrian religion, anyone here is from Iran? Who's from Iran? Anyone is from Iran? None of you is Iranian? If you study the Zoroastrian religion, you will see that Muhammad he got tons of his stories coming from these religions, tons of them. Anyway, in my coming book you will see. You will see I have 2 books right now I'm working in, so in the same time. Al-Fil? What Al-Fil? What is Al-Fil? Do you mean Al-Fil? Fil, the elephant? You know, when first you look at the Quran, you feel that the Quran is like a zoo. There's a chapter for the spider, a chapter for the elephant, chapter for the cow. You know, I mean, last time when I was doing a speech in the front like of 10,000 Indian Hindus, I made a bad mistake. I told those Hindus, do you know that the biggest chapter in the Quran is the cow chapter? All the Hindus converted to Islam right away. I will never do that mistake again. The second they learn that the biggest chapter in the Quran is now any one of you knows why the chapter of the Quran of the cow called the cow? Anyone have an idea? Nobody have an idea? I mean, what's wrong with you guys? You should have an idea about everything. I'm so disappointed of you. Beat them with the beef. Thank you. Finally, we found somebody is learning. So supposedly, according to that chapter in the Quran, there's a guy, he got killed, and they want to know who is the one who killed him, how he got killed. You know, So Allah told them, okay, bring some beef. Some Muslims they say it was testicles. Some they say it was the tail of the cow. It doesn't matter what it is. Uh, so did it beat the as Allah He told them? Uh, did it beat the dead guy with the beef of the cow? And then the guy he came back to life, and like you know the zombie movie, like boing, he woke up and he said, "The one who killed me, his name is Christian Prince," and he died again. This is why if you go in the modern FBI building, you will see that the first floor have a freezer, have a lot of beef. Each time somebody get killed, somebody they bring him to the head center of the FBI. The FBI they wear their robes. This is why you see other bloods, and the CIA too. They beat you, they beat that guy until he wake up, and then he says who killed him, and then you know he tell what happened, and this is the true story. Now, if there is any Muslim, he don't believe me. He want me to show you the reference from your Quran. Please let me know. Any Abdul? And by the way, this is a very true. Try. If you have somebody in your like your neighbors or etc. Somebody die, just get some beef and beat him, and you will see. Why people are laughing? This is serious. Okay, hold on. Let me show you. Okay, see, they are laughing because they are not. You know, here we go. Those Christians are ignorant. I mean, we are giving them extreme knowledge. This is secret of life. Don't you want to come back to life after you die? Get a lot of beef. Tell your family when you die, they beat you. They beat you like crazy, huh? With beef. And by the way, be sure that this is beef, halal, not pork. Okay, pork will not work. If we go to chapter 2, verse let us go to this one. So we said, submit him, the slain man, with part of it. So when he struck with it, its tongue or its tail, he come back to life. Imagine they are beating you with the tail of the cow. Unbelievable. So beautiful. Allahu Akbar. Unbelievable. So beautiful. You know? Any Muslim have an idea why this is happening? So now you beat him with the tail or the tongue. Here it says tail and tongue. In different places it says the testicles and penis. So here it is tail and tongue. And then the guy he come back to life, and then he will say, so and so he killed me. He died again. You see it? So you beat him, and then he opened his eyes, like in the zombie movie, and then he says, Christian Prince, he killed me, and he died again. Abdul's, did you ever try that? Why Allah wanna raise a person from death by beating him by a cow? What is the mystery behind that? I mean, why? You know, one of the Muslim funny miracles, they said this is about here. Allah he discover what they call it, guys? What they call it? When somebody he have heart attack or etc. He not cannot breathe. You push in his chest and you do CPR. You know what I mean? Imagine the Muslim. They said this is CPR. This is massage for heart. The heart is stop. The heart is stop, and this is massage for the heart. Allah is talking about it in the Quran. Look how liars they are. This is a story about a guy who was killed violently by a sword. What massage for his heart, you idiot liar? And you are beating him by everywhere, not to the heart. And the guy is dead by a knife, by a sword. By the way, if you go to my refrigerator, I have a lot of beef. Unbelievable. For emergency, what if somebody walking by in the street and die? I have a tail of a cow. I will go in the street, and I hope the police will not arrest me after that for beating a dead man. By the way, I don't like this is CPR things. I mean, people, they call me CP and then they added the R. Sound fishy. I mean, what's CPR? I don't do anything. I'm not the one who's doing that. But anyway, let it go. Let it go. No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say if it is a male cow or a female cow. Now, some Muslims, they say it should be a male cow. So we are not sure. Not beating the dead cow. What's wrong with you? Beating the dead guy. The cow is dead already. We get the tail of the cow or the testicles of the cow or the penis, and we beat the dead guy with it, and then he will come back to life. And this is what they do in the old zombie movies. You think those zombie movies is zombie? No, they bring dead people, and they beat them with the tail of the cow. Those people, they stand up, they walk for 5 minutes, they capture them in the movie, and they die again. True story. Yeah, there's many kind of miracles. Yusuf Fridi is a Muslim, and he is explaining to us there is many kind of miracles. The funny, there's many kind of miracles, except Muhammad have no miracles. All the miracles Muhammad he speak of is a miracles happened with somebody else. What about Muhammad tell us about his own miracle? How come Muhammad is telling me a miracle about something happened long time ago before him? Why he don't do his own? It doesn't work these days. I think the cow these days is different. We have to admit. Right? Any Abdul? Who's a Muslim would like to call me? Who is a Muslim would like to call? Again, guys, I don't want to remind you to subscribe, and the benefit of subscribing is the following: you subscribe to me today, and then you unsubscribe tomorrow. All right? Then you send me a private message saying, Christian Prince, I'm going to subscribe to you. So I say to you, Allah bless you. Okay? Then the day after, you unsubscribe and subscribe again the day after, and then you send me a message again, and then I say to you, Allah bless you. So now you get 2 blessings. So if you keep doing that, you can imagine how much Allah bless you will get. And this is exactly what the Muslims do to the dead Muhammad. Every day they say, Allahu wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. You ask them, what does that mean? They say to you, Allah send him a blessing. Muhammad is dead. How much blessing he need? He did not have enough subscribers. And you Muslims, you need to pray on Muhammad. Who is going to pray on you? 1.4 billion Muslims praying over Muhammad so he might go to heaven. How you know you will go to heaven if he himself asking you to pray for him to go to heaven? Do we have any Abdul? Until now we did not get the answer why we need to beat the dead man by the cow, not by the goat. What about beating him by elephant? It is a special power with the beef. Yeah, if you subscribe to my channel, don't forget to check your setting in YouTube to be notified when we are on air. However, we have 3 fixed days to do live broadcasting, and today is one of them. and that is Wednesday and Friday and Sunday. However, during the week I do more, but I don't do them necessarily in the certain time we are doing it in those days, which is 4:30 p.m. So in other days we do it in different times so we can get more viewers from other countries like Asia, etc. uh, do we have any Muslim wanna by the way, if a Muslim wanna call me and he have his own topic, I have no problem. Any Muslim? Huh? Any Muslim can explain to us why Islam is so mad and so stupid? Who is a Muslim here? Why a man he would be pregnant? Well, Muhammad is trying to seduce men with everything. So suddenly he said to himself, what if a man he want to get children in heaven? You know? So Muhammad is giving him an idea that you will get it. You yourself you will be pregnant and you will deliver it, and your son will, his tooth will be growing. You know, and actually the Muslim believe, by the way, that Muslim women she can be pregnant up to 10 years. However, the majority of the scholars they believe that it is 4 years, but some of them they go extreme, they say 10 years. And the reason for that is just because Muhammad himself he was born 4 years after his father's death. Is that correct, Muslims? There's a story of a guy, he came to the Prophet and his wife she is pregnant for 4 years. Guys, 4 years pregnant. 4 years, and the guy he came to the Prophet asking him for help, and he told the Prophet, and look, this is a miracle from Allah. Before he leave the door, a guy he came to announce to him the good news that his wife she delivered a boy, and before the guy he leave, the boy he came and he have long teeth and long hair. He can talk and walk because he's 4 years old. Is that true, Muslims? The wife she gave birth to a boy, he is 4 years old and he have a growing teeth and hair. What about the mustache? Do we have a beard? By the way, this is a secret between me and you. You know, when my mom she gave birth to me, they found me smoking shisha, and I have mustache already. True story. Do we have any Abdul here? Yeah, please keep it secret. I mean, just new to Facebook, etc. You know. Any Abdul? Islamic religion have a lot of madness, and you know, I don't know how Muslims they can handle this stupid religion and how they can live in the denial, keep saying to themselves, this is what the Muslims do in order to survive this cult. The second you show a Muslim something extremely stupid, today isn't accepted, but before it was accepted until like lately, people get more education. When he sees something really stupid, right away he denied. This is the fastest thing they do. I can show you a video right now from the Sheikh of Al-Azhar. You know the Sheikh of Al-Azhar, the highest authority of Islam in the world, and he is teaching, yes, in Islam the women she can be pregnant for 4 years. So what the problem? Any Abdul? Who is a Muslim would like to call? Let me see this hadith if I can find it in English. I will try. No, it's not in English. Cannot be found in English. Don't try. Any Abdul here? By the way, I mean, imagine if your wife, she is a pregnant for 4 years. I mean, that will be fun, because look at this. What about we make him 6 years? So the baby will be born, he go to school right away. He will not cry. You do not need to change diaper for him. I mean, that he go out and he know Arabic, and right away he say Alhamdulillah, and he go to school. And Abdul, I don't believe in miracles. Abdul, I believe in miracles, and the proof you Muslims are you are a miracle. I mean, it's a miracle that you Muslim believe in such a stupid thing. That's a miracle. It's a miracle that you believe that Sulaiman have a flying carpet. It is a miracle. It is a miracle that you believe that Allah will make your penis endless. Your brain, the stupidity the Muslims they have is beyond miracles. I mean, imagine your wife is next to you in the bed, but your penis in different galaxy. Hey, honey, are we going to have sex or not? Honey, what I can do? My penis is gone. I cannot see the end of it. Do you see it? Give me the telescope. Let us look together. No, this is not my penis. This is the penis of our neighbor. Move to the right, left bit. No, this is not the. This is my dad. No, go. No, this is this is. No, this is big. No, this is not mine. No, this is so small. Go to the left. This is no. This is not the one. It have an antenna. I mean, do you Muslims really have a brain? What kind of a prophet he promised you such a promises? Endless penis, endless vagina, 1 mile ass. If your wife, her ass is 1 mile in heaven, I mean, how? What if she sit in the top of you? Look, Muhammad, he said that you Muslims in the heaven, you will be what? 60 meter tall. How many meter you will be? 60 meter tall? Huh? Okay. Her ass alone is 1 mile. So imagine your wife, she wanna play with you. Huh? She decide to sit in your lap. Huh? Okay. Where you will be? She will smash you. In the best scenario, you will go inside her anus and she will not even feel it. So how stupid you Muslim to believe in such a garbage? And why Allah will increase the size of her ass to big size like this? What the point? If her ass is 1 mile, what about her vagina? Half mile? What about we do like YouTube exploring for the vagina and people will think it's a cave? And pray to Allah that when you are exploring the cave, there's no flushing flood will come out. You Muslims have you have no brain. You have no brain. You are talking about the miracle of Allah. This is a miracle of Allah. How come all those miracles of Allah nobody see? Your prophet miracles is amazing. Okay, name for me one miracle Allah he did and we saw it. Why you don't call me? What's your name? What this guy name? What? Hold on. Aklibi, Akilabi. Call me, my friend. Call me. Don't worry. We will have a nice conversation. I promise you. I'm not going to. I'm not going to be rude with you. We want to have a nice conversation. Call me and convince me. I'm listening to you. Why no Skype? Why? Ask Allah to send you Skype. Can't Allah give you Skype? And you know, you can download it, it's for free. No, I saw a lot of miracles of the Prophet. As an example, it was a miracle that Muhammad, he made a 1 billion human being facing the Kaaba when the earth is not a flat. I mean, how dumb Islam is. If somebody want to pray and he live in England, how he can face the Kaaba? If you fly in the airplane, right away you will notice that the earth is curving right away. The airplane is going up, huh? You are not like 20 miles far, you know, down from the earth. You are just a half mile up in the sky. Right away you will notice that the earth is not a flat right away. So how in the world you have a God who is saying to you, pray in the direction of the Kaaba? How you can do that? Huh? What is your brain? But obviously in Muslims you give up. You don't want to use your brain. Your brain is never been used. That's why it's very expensive. Yeah, if you live in Australia, in order to pray to the Kaaba, you have to put your head in the toilet seat maybe, and then maybe you can face the Kaaba. How you can pray to the Kaaba? Not only that, by the way, let me show you the news. For centuries and centuries, the Muslims, they were praying to the wrong Kaaba. Let me find the news. Hold on. I think it was Indonesia and I don't know which country, Bangladesh and India. They were all praying in the direction of Libya, which is stupid anyway. What direction of Libya? Praying to wrong direction of Mecca. I'm just searching. I saw that in the news. Here we go. Abdul, read with me. For how many centuries you Muslims in Indonesia, the biggest Islamic country in the world, this is CNN, huh? This is CNN. Indonesia Muslims praying in the wrong direction. What happened? In the year 2010, what? In the year 2010, they found that they were praying in the wrong direction, which means since the time of Islam until now, you Muslims in Indonesia, huh? You are praying not to the Kaaba. Indonesia Muslim have been praying in the wrong direction. The country highest Islamic authority said. Indonesian Ulema Council, which means the Scholars Council, told the country Muslim proper place in March to turn west when they offer their daily prayer. Muslims are supposed to face the Kaaba. All right. So what direction they were praying? I don't know. They were praying direction to Africa. I love it. For 14 centuries, the stupid Abduls, they were praying to the direction of Africa. Why Allah did not send somebody to Indonesia to tell them that this is the wrong direction for 14th century? Allah don't want to correct them? Huh? Did not inspire them? Then they bought a GPS machine, and the machines told them that this is not the direction of the Kaaba, brother. What do you say? And by the way, not only Indonesia, I saw Indonesia, Bangladesh, they were doing that. I forgot many countries. There's many Islamic countries, they are praying around there, but even like now, supposedly they corrected, right? But it's still stupid because there's no way you can face Kaaba. Yeah, the GPS of Allah. By the way, the first GPS exists in this earth is made by Allah. Anyone knows how? Anyone knows how? How we know that the first GPS made by Allah? Do you remember the story where Allah he sent Muhammad a donkey between the size of a mule and a donkey have two wings? Okay, think about it. How this donkey knew how to come to the house of the Prophet if there's no GPS? If you watch the video made by Dean Show, if you remember, do you remember? I wish I can play it, because if I play it we will die from laughing. I used to play it in the chat room, but in YouTube we cannot do it. They will flag us for copyright. The guy in the YouTube, he said, brother, in the heaven of Allah, when you enter, you do not need a map, you do not need a GPS, you do not need a Google to find your house. Brother, when you hear this, you will think the Muslim here right away he will go and find his house by himself. You do not GPS, you do not need Google, you do not need map, you do not need, there's no traffic. An angel will come and take you from your hand to your house. So why you are talking about GPS? And why you are talking about the map? If somebody want to take me from my hand to take me to my home. When you hear somebody saying you will not need GPS, you will think it's a miracle. You will find your house by yourself. And then he says to you, an angel will come and he will hold you from your hand and he will take you to your house. And your house have 4 doors. My house what? My house have 4 doors. One door for the boys, the naked boys. 70,000 boys, my friend. 70,000. And the host and the Dean Show, the stupid American convert, he says to him, 70,000. The other Abdul, he says, yes, 70,000. And the other guy, he said, MashaAllah. MashaAllah. I mean, what a stupid religion to say MashaAllah for God giving you 70,000 boys in heaven. And supposedly those boys will serve you. Are they really to serve you, or they are 6 boys? Bacha Bazi. You see, the Muslims, they say to us heaven is amazing. How it is amazing? By enslaving little boys for my sake for eternity. To make one person happy, you make 80,000 little boys slaves at least. Huh? Is that what you call happiness? So Allah cannot make somebody happy unless he make other people slaves. Any Abdul? Read with me, Abdul, read. The Prophet said, the list of the people of paradise in position is the one with 80,000 servants. By the way, it doesn't say, it is say servant, but those are boys, little tiny boys, who they are beautiful like pearls as the Quran described them. 80,000? Are you sure? What you, Abdul, will do with 80,000 little boys in the heaven? You will eat 80,000 sandwiches? They will make for you 80,000 cup of tea? Huh? 80,000? Don't you think Muhammad is really a big mouse? This guy here really exaggerate with his lies. And then look. And 72 wives. Okay. And he will have a tent made from pearl. Abdul, I go all the way to heaven to live in a tent? The Bedouin Muhammad, he's a Bedouin man, he's a desert man. He promising the Arab house in heaven is going to be a tent. Tent? Are we going to do camping there? Huh? And look guys how big, look how big the tent is. Between Ajabia and Sana'a. Some of them they say Ajabia is in Damascus and Sana'a is in Yemen. Now let us see how big is that. Let us go to Google Earth and see how big the tent is. Hold on. Sorry for coughing, guys. All right. So if we do this, we go take Yemen. Okay. Okay, this is Sana'a in Yemen. Okay. So this is Sana'a in Yemen. All right. Now we will go all the way to Damascus. This is the size of his tent. You cross all the way Saudi Arabia and Jordan and Israel, and then you arrive to Syria. Let us see how many kilometers that will be. You know, in the Middle East they use kilometer, not miles. So, and same in Europe. Let's see. Use tools. Okay, ruler. So this is Yemen. Okay. All right. That will be here. How many kilometers? Why is not showing? Let us do it again. I'm not sure what it's not showing. It should show. Ah, here we go. Let me wait in the screen here so you can see it. And let us make it kilometers. So this is from here. Look at the kilometers. Look how many. 2,112 kilometer. This is the size of your tent. Don't you think it's a small, Muslims? I mean, this is wider than Saudi Arabia. You take Saudi Arabia by length, all the desert of Saudi Arabia, and then you pass Jordan, and then you cross to Syria, and then you arrive to Damascus, and this is where the end of your tent. So the whole earth will take maybe 50 tents based on this. What do you say, Abdul? Don't you think Muhammad, he was exaggerating and making up lies? Are you really convinced with this, Abdul? Huh? I mean, I don't know. This is too much. This is too much poo-poo. I hope you will get your tent one day. And I mean, what I can say, if you are waiting for your tent, you will have it. And I believe it still is small because we Arab, we are big. Especially if the wife is, if your wife is 1 mile ass and you have 72 of them. You know, if her ass is 1 mile, so you can imagine, you know, I mean, there's Abdul. There's an Abdul would like to call me. You know, those Muslim, they keep saying we challenge Prince, he's lying, we want to get him busted. And when we say who wanna call us, nobody call. We stay here for hours waiting for a Muslim Abdul to call, and we cannot find one Abdul wanna do it. So the challenge is right now, it's open. Who dare to call me? Who is the Muslim who dare to call me? Okay, there's no Muslim to call me. I will call myself. What I can do? I mean, this is disgusting. Let me call myself. Tararan, 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 tararan. Christian Prince. No, this is Jibril. You got the wrong number. Hey, Jibril. This is Jibril. Yes, Jibril. Jibril, I have a question for you, man. Don't call me man. Okay, girl. I am not a girl. Okay, so you are not male, not female. Are you ready, boy? By the way, guys, is Jibril a male or female? Any Abdul have an answer? Is Jibril a male or female? No, there is a Muslim already here. Look, they are giving me dislike for the video. Guys, don't forget to give a like. Okay, everyone will give a like. I will give you, I promise you, one-way ticket to Afghanistan. And Christian, by choice, he will pay for it, or somebody else. I mean, not me. Who wanna get one-way ticket to Afghanistan? I have a friend. He is very lucky. He went to an airline, Lotto, and he's a friend. He told him, he's an employee in the airline. He said, all of us, we will win a ticket. Everybody there. He said, don't take me, man. I am unlucky. Don't take me. He said, you will win. I trust me. He said, no way I'm going to win. So he went with him and he won a ticket. It was to Afghanistan. Unbelievable. Everybody was winning a ticket to France, England, you know, Ireland, you know, Sydney. And our friend, the lucky guy, he got a ticket to Kabul. Unbelievable how lucky he is. He told him, don't take me, I will not win. He told him, no, you will win. They said everybody attend will win a ticket. So the guy believed it, and he went there and he told him, didn't I say to you, I wish I did not win. Yeah, like the idiot who went with his wife. Imagine, guys, how stupid some American is. This idiot, he went with his wife and his children's to Pakistan, and he was kidnapped by Taliban. I mean, how stupid you are. Not only he is risking his life, the idiot, he's taking his wife with him. Some Western are really weird. Do we have any Muslim would like to call? By the way, life in Kabul is fun if you are into drugs. Everybody there in the country is high. Hi, alaikum assalam, hi. The whole country is in high position. Everybody, heroin is so cheap. He was married to a radical Muslim woman. He's a stupid then. I don't know who's he. He must be stupid anyway. Then he deserved what happened to him, stupid idiot. But I feel sorry for his kid, and you know. Yeah, the Muslim, yeah, in the Azhar University high school, they teach that if a guy he is not praying, it is halal to eat him raw. raw, not cooked. If he's a Christian, he should be cooked before you eat him, because supposedly the Christian is dirty. So you can eat a Muslim when he's raw, but if you want to eat a Christian, you have to cook him. And the video is on YouTube. So are we out of Muslims? I'm so disappointed about this. I mean, I was expecting Muslims to be all over fighting to debate me. They want to prove me wrong. And you know, it's very easy to prove me wrong. I mean, who this guy, he know nothing about Islam. So where are they? By the way, I'm thinking to convert to Islam. The only problem is I don't like to have sex with the children's like the Prophet. I mean, this is disgusting. Otherwise, I like Islam. As an example, Islam teach you can beat your wife. Man, you beat your wife, she will eat you alive. Women, especially these days, you beat her, she will make you shish kebab. She will go to the gun store, she will buy a nice gun, she will make a hole in you like the same as the screen door. What do you mean you want to beat the wife? How you can beat women these days? She will go and buy a Kalashnikov machine gun. Any Abdul? And this is if she did not call your mother-in-law for you. Unbelievable. Beat your wife. What a stupid religion. Any Abdul? Huh? Abdul, it's a shame. Yeah, they make article, they want to debate a Christian Prince. Christian Prince, he said this, he said that, but we stay here for hours asking who is Abdul, want to call us and we cannot find them. There's a Muslim scholar, he was making a speech in Qatar. He said the ignorant, they make fun of this verse about beating women. He said, but this verse, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. All of you, when you buy a car or a refrigerator, they give you with it a manual. A manual. And women, for women, this verse is the manual. Beat them. The Quran say beat them. Can we confirm if Nasara or Nazarenes? Yeah. You see, in English, I don't know really what the correct name they use in English usually for the Nasara, but the word Nasara is used for the ones who have a wrong understanding or poor understanding for the Bible. So this is was a name given by the really Christians to those people, not by the Muslims. You know what I mean? And the word is coming from the word poor, but poor not as a poor about money or no. It's about those are poor in the understanding of the gospel. And those Nasara, because they are having a wrong understanding of the Bible, let us say they became minority and they are rejected. This is why they went far away from any place where the Christians, the really Christians, can be located. In other word, let us say in certain time, maybe they face some kind of discrimination, so they run away. And this is why we can find them in the Arabian Peninsula. It's in a place where the Roman Christians have no existence, and you can find them in Persia, where the Roman Christians have no existence. And most of those Nasara, the Nasara in the beginning as a movement, I believe established by a bunch of Jews who they were mixing between Judaism and Christianity. Let us say they are confused really, like what is to follow, what not to follow. In the same time, they have their own understanding about the gospel. And then because they became minority, they start accepting from non-Jews people to convert to their movement. You know, if you go right now and read, you will see like in New York, they are accepting people to convert to be a Jew. To be a Jew. But you cannot convert to be a Jew. That's not what the Bible teach. But because they became so minority and they are losing ground, so they start accepting non-Jews to be part of their religion. And Muhammad, because he did not meet any of the really Christians around him in the Arabian Peninsula, so he called all you know, all those he think they are Christian, he called them Nasara. But those are not Christians. Those Nasara, they believe that Jesus was not in the cross. He was God the Father. He sent someone look like him, and this is what Muhammad adopted and he put in his Quran. He learned that from the Nasara. He learned from the Nasara. You know, there's books in English, what they call it, you know, the rejected agnostic Bibles. Those stories, all of them, they can be found there, like Jesus making birds. All those stories can be found in those books. And obviously Muhammad, he adopted what the Nasara believe in because they believe in those books. So he took their books and he make it as part of the Quran, and he considered that this is the teaching of the real God. So I hope I did answer you, but maybe I should make a video with details so I can show reference. However, if you have my books, you should have those things, you know. My coming book will have more details about the Nasara. You will see. I'm working right now in two books, one about the roots of the Quran and the other one is about sexuality in Islam, sex and Islam, you know. So we will go in more details about that in the future, soon in future, I hope. But Nasara for sure are, you know, are a cult. They went so far away from Christianity and they were rejected by the Christians. And the proof that Muhammad, he is taking his stories from Nasara is everywhere. Even in the hadith it says that Waraq ibn Nawfal, he became Nasara and he was translating the gospel. What gospel he was translating? I believe it was one of those rejected gospels, which is funny and stupid. Let us see here. If you see the story here about Waraqa, here we go. Look what it says here. Waraqa, and Waraqa, I believe he is the real father of Muhammad, was the son of the paternal uncle, and Khadija, she was Nasara too, i.e. her father brother, who is during the pre-Islamic period become a Christian. The fact does not say became a Christian, it says he become Nasara. Muhammad, he never saw around him any Christians, he saw only Nasara. All right, so and here it says, look with me, and he used to write the Arabic writing, and he used to write of the gospel in Arabic. Now, which gospel he was writing from? For sure, not our gospel. And this is where Muhammad he got his information about what he think it is a Christianity. Do you see it? Yeah, Nasara Nasara is not a Christian. You see, I am from the Middle East. Whenever nobody used the word Nasara there, if you call me Nasara in the Middle East, this is an insult. In Arabic, we call ourselves Masihi. Ana Masihi. Ana in Arabic mean I am. Masihi. Masihi coming from the word Masih. Masih is a word mean Christ. So in Arabic we say Ana. Let us write it for you. Ana Masihi. Oh, hold on. Ana Masihi. Ana, the first one, mean I am. Ana, I am. Masihi, Christian. Masihi coming from the word Masih, and Masih meaning Christ. In the Quran, it's appear as Al-Masih. The reason he is called Al-Masih because there's only one Messiah. You add Al for something is the unique one. Al-Masih. So Ana Masihi, this is for a person, he is a male. Ana Masihi. We don't say Ana Nasara or Nasrani. That is a wrong statement, and Christians don't believe they are Nasara. Not a single Christian around the Middle East, from Iraq to Syria to Lebanon to Jordan to Israel to Egypt to Sudan to anywhere in the Middle East, he will say to you that he is Nasara. He is Masihi. Yeah, it's coming from the correct name, which is the Masih. You know, you see in Aramaic, this is Aramaic word. In Aramaic, sometime the letters seen S here, sometime it come as Ish. So Mashiach, Mashaya, Sa can be seen. So sometime, like as an example, the word Shams. Shams mean sun. It can be Sams. So all of this is Aramaic language. You see that those people, they've been forced to speak Arabic in the time of Abdul Malik ibn Marwan, and all the Muslims agree with that. And I believe in the time of Abdul Malik ibn Marwan, even the Quran was transformed from Aramaic to Arabic. Well, Allah have a lot of origins, but all Middle Eastern languages is mixed. You know, we have to say it this way. As an example, the word eel, which appear in the Bible, is not really Hebrew. This is an Aramaic word and coming from even before the Aramaic. However, before the Hebrew were using the word eel as a word mean God, they used the word al. Al. And that is exists before the Hebrew exist. As an example, what is the name of Baal? Baal. The pagan god Baal. Ba, Ba, and then Al. You know what I mean? Ba is the name of the god. Al is God. So God Baal. God Ba. No, El, it means God. It does not mean my. This is why you see it says Emmanuel. Mikael, Gibrael. All right, Gibrael, Israel. So all those names belong to God. All right. Any Abdul? This is why if you read Allah, Allah is not one word. It is Al. Let's clean the screen first. Al, and then La. So we have a separation. It's not one word. Al is a word meaning God. Oh, sorry, I make it wrong. Hold on. Al La. Al La. Al is a word meaning God. La is the name of the God. Now in the Arabic today, Al is equal to the. In the Arabic today. So if you want to go by the Arabic today, even that will make Allah not the correct name. The Lah. If we use it as Arabic. But if you want to go to the roots, to the original, then we have to go, the true meaning is will be Al-Lah. Al-Lah. This is why in chapter 1 verse number 2 it says Alhamdulillah. Li Lah. Li mean to, equal to. So thanks to Lah. All right. Now many people, they have a wrong understanding of this and they think that La is coming from the word Ilah. I made a video about it. You better watch it. You can watch it. All right. I made a good video about it, explained very well, and you can go watch it in my channel. Yeah, and the La is the moon god. Ilah have nothing to do with the god La. It's coming from the word let us see, Il Laha. It's different word. Ilaha. It's like saying the holy. All right, it's different. His holiness, He's a glorious, you know, the God. Everything in Islam is coming from somewhere. Anything around you. And you will see that in my coming book. Just have patience. My coming book will have a lot of information you never heard of before. Well, in Aramaic it's not really different. All of this have one source. All of them, they are connected. So it is Il. You know, the Aramaic have an ancient Aramaic, you have a newer Aramaic, right? So like there is different standards of the Aramaic. However, all of them, they share one roots, and all the languages of this area, they share many things together. So you will see the people before the Aramaic, they have certain names, and those names they move to the Aramaic, and then the Arab, they inherited them, the Hebrew, they inherited them with some change. You cannot separate languages even now in the world from each other. Right now when you use numbers, those numbers we use, like, you know, the English numbers, you call them English. The fact they say to you those are Arabic numbers. The fact this is not true. Those are Aramaic numbers, and they are the Aramaic alphabet. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Those are Aramaic alphabet. They are not even numbers. The Aramaic alphabet is unique. It is numbers and alphabet in the same time. You know, guys, remember that the first people who ever created alphabet is the people of Syria, not the Arab today. The Arab, they are the savage of the desert. They have no idea. There is a town. It's called the town of Ogaret. This town, according to history, is the first town or the first human being who was able to come with alphabet. And then we have the history of the Phoenician, and because of those Phoenician, they are Ogaret people. They were able, or let us say the inheritance of Ogaret, they are able to produce a lot of names you use until now in your speeches. As an example, Europe is coming from Syria. This is not a European word. Africa is an Aramaic word. Europe, Africa. When you pray, you say Amin. The Muslim in Arabic, they say Amin. You in English, you say Amin. The guy who pray in China, he say Amin, and all of Amin is coming from the Aramaic people. So the Phoenician people, yeah, they come with a lot of things, and the whole world flourish with it. You know, in certain time, those people, they are number one educated people in the world, and they spread their knowledge through the Mediterranean. So they have an impact all over. But then when the Islamic invasion came, destroy everything those people they have. Well, according to history, the first nation who came with the alphabet is those people, not Indian, not Egyptian, not anyone else. I wasn't alive there, but this is what they say. So I cannot really confirm how truthful this is, but this is what they say. However, there's no question that those they were to be a very educated people, and you know, they come with a lot of knowledge, and they are from the first people who make ships to cross the ocean. And I saw a documentary made in the History Channel. I think the video is in YouTube. You can search it, about the Phoenician, and you will hear things which is really astonishing. However, we cannot compare between what those people used to be a couple of thousand years ago and what Islam made out of Syria today. Go and see Syria. Syria is an amazing country. I mean, those people, they are, you know, Syrian are not dumb people. They are they have a huge impact in everything. The first Christians who they are not Jews, they were Syrian. Paul, he became a Christian in the way to Damascus. The first city who became a Christian is the city of Antakya, and this is a Syrian city. Not right now, it's in Turkey, but it's not part of Turkey. Actually, all of Turkey is not Turkey. So when Islam came, everything destroyed. You know, since the time the Muslims they took over Egypt, what happened to this old civilization? As an example, how Egypt used to be Egypt, and then Egypt became what it's today. What exactly the change? It is Islam. The Muslim, they lie to you. They say there's a golden age while Europe was ignorant. The Arab, they were flourishing. All of this is a garbage. All of this is a lie. The one was a flourishing. It was not the Arab. Even their mosque. You see, my family, my grandfather, they tell us stories. This is our history. Even the mosque, the most beautiful mosque Muslims they have, is built by the Christians. Muslims do not know how to build. Until now, jewelries is made by the Christians. Like now, you can build with concrete, so you do not need a special, like you bring an engineer, etc. But before, the only ones who can build is the Christians. The only one who can make sword is the Christians. The only one who can make jewelry is the Christians. So the Muslims do what? Muslims are just warrior. They go and attack the neighbor and kill everybody and steal their money and rape their women. If you remember Muhammad, he said, he entered a house and he found in this house tools for agriculture. Let us see the hadith. When he saw the house which have agriculture in it, he said, a house such an equipment enter it, the owner of this house will never enter heaven. Or what is the same meaning? Let me show you. Here we go. And he will be humiliated. Narrated, etc. I saw some agriculture equipment and said, I heard the Prophet saying, what the Prophet said? There is no house in which these equipments enters except that Allah will cause humiliation to enter it. Question: if agriculture equipment is haram in Islam, who was the one doing farming and feeding the Muslims? You know what I mean? Who was the one feeding the Muslims? If it is haram to use any agriculture equipment, it's forbidden. Because as you see, if you enter at your house, it's a big sin in Islam. So how the Muslims they make living? It was the Christians, the Jews, the enemies we conquer, we make them our slaves and they farm for us, and we sit home having sex with our wives and our slaves. This is what Muslims do for living. And then they lie to you. They say to you, do you know what the amazing civilization they did in Spain? The Muslims built nothing in Spain. Those are the Christians who built everything. Everything for them is forbidden except shedding blood. This is the only business Muslims they have and they can do. Who is going to feed? You know, if every Muslim follow what Muhammad is saying right now, Saudi Arabia will be dead, because the Saudi cannot occupy their neighbors no more. There's no Christian country to conquer. They cannot. Who is going to feed Egypt? Who is going to feed Pakistan? Who is going to feed Afghanistan? Now Afghanistan, they are doing agriculture of drugs. And Muhammad, he did say that on purpose, because he's afraid that his followers, if they start doing farming, they will not go for war, because now they are living in peace. They have their own farm, they have their own house, their land, and they will not go anywhere. So he want to be sure that this will not happen. So right away Muhammad, he involved Allah in this. Why Allah will humiliate somebody for having some agriculture equipment? Any Muslim can tell me what is the sin? Who wanna do grow vegetables for you? Where do you get your tomato from? Where do you get your vegetables? What you will eat? Why this equipment will destroy your faith and your religion? Why Allah will humiliate you? Simply because Islam is nothing but a gang. Muhammad was a parrot, the same as the parrot of Somalia today. They do no farming. They do no agriculture. All their livestock is from hijacking ships, come by and kidnap the people and ask for ransom. A lot of money. So why they want to do farming? Any Abdul? All right, look like we have no no callers for today. I want to say thank you guys for being here. If you like what we do, please don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends. As we said, I do most of the week I do live podcast, but we have 3 days which is fixed broadcast. Today is Wednesday, and then Friday, and then Sunday at 4 p.m. 4:30 sorry p.m. New York time, which means Eastern time. So those are fixed days. However, we have other time we do live broadcasts, so which is not fixed. I do it in different timing. So subscribe and be sure you keep your YouTube notification sitting on, so you can be notified when we have a live broadcast. Yes, we are here. I am here for a couple of hours right now. How many hours you want me to stay here? Guys, what do you think? You know, my legs hurt if I'm sitting for a few hours in my chair. I can't move. I'm the only one who talk. I'm the only one who answer. And you guys, after 4 hours being here, you say, "Are you leaving?" Nobody can do it for, you know, you know, sometimes I used to stay for 12 hours. Have you ever heard of somebody can do that for 12 hours? Try it. After half hour you will lose your voice and you will be out of anything to say. People, they ask me, how come you always have something to say and people, they want to listen? I said, your knowledge talk. I'm not the one who's making a speech. It's your knowledge. If you have knowledge, the knowledge will make your speech something worth to listen to it. Your mouth will not give rubbish. You will not speak garbage. People, they will enjoy it and they will listen. So I don't really plan for my speech. I don't plan for what I will say. Educate yourself, and then you will see wherever you go, and it doesn't matter what the topic is, people will listen. Garbage in, garbage out, my friend. Knowledge in, knowledge and treasure out, my friend. Especially if you are the person who is not copy paste, a person who learn, study carefully, think about it, and come from that with something new. Something you yourself you discover, something people did not notice before you. Even though they are reading the same text, they are reading the same books. All right, so this is how we do it. So thank you guys for being here. May the Lord bless you all, and until I see you this coming Friday, if not tomorrow, God bless. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. I mean to that, and see you soon again. Thank you.